Here we are at the West Oxford Sailing Club for the Lightning 368 final 2012 Open meeting, which is also the decider for the hotly contested Grand Prix series, in which Caroline Keyes, Matt and Simon Hopkins and Paul White are all within 2 points of each other, so it's all to go for. And here they are lining up for the start of the first race. Big sag in the line. Don't think the gun's gone quite yet. Must have gone now. I think they're all off.
I think you should be able to hear it.
Oh, there it is. Yep. Who can we see there? Well, there's Robbie Claridge, just up to weather of Penny Harwood. It's hard to identify the numbers from this range.
It's Tom Lonsdale going for attack. And Matt as well.
Yes, Matt Hopkins just tacked onto port, his father coming across on starboard. And his father puts him about, then tacks. Here we are at the first mark.
That's Tom Lonsdale in the lead. Nice roll tack.
Yeah, followed by Robbie Claridge and Caroline Keyes. And there comes Penny Harwood. It's going to be tight. Alexander not able to make the mark. That's Adam Stiles just going round. Ooh, Paul just sneaking around the mark there. Here's some of the back markers. 407, that's Wayne, our revered president. Or chairman, I should say. Very tricky sailing down this run, lots of people going high.
In fact, everyone went so high that Paul managed to sneak underneath.
Which is pretty good from the position he was in. Caroline was one of the big losers on that leg. And there's Lee Bratley, the distinctive pink boat. And Wayne, again, with a unique style.
So Matt went high on that leg and managed to take us all.
Yes, he appeared to go into where there was no wind, but he came out very well from it and picked up 3 places.
Shifts out there.
He's just coming out to the mark there.
That was Martin Gibson. Just behind Adam and Rupert. Sorry, Simon and Rupert.
Matt seems to have got a reasonable lead at this stage. Robbie, I think, is still third, with Paul second, I would say, at this stage. So Matt goes round one of the windward marks first, Paul second, and here comes Robbie in third. Now remember, these two are very much ignoring Robbie to some extent, because the Grand Prix series is dependent on these last 3 races, whereas Robbie hasn't done enough to qualify. And there's Caroline
And Penny.
And Penny, yeah. Doesn't look like Penny will make it. Oh, she will. She shoots up, calls for room, and just squeezes round. And Simon Hopkins just behind.
Big bunch here. So Rupert will just squeeze in. And this is the gust down wind, just to show how gusty it was.
Well, I'm not sure gusty is the right condition, but certainly there was a puff of wind every now and again, and you had to be in it, and this is a very good example of it, I think. As you see, the first two are watching each other, they're not watching Robbie coming up behind. Look at that. That's soul destroying if you're in front.
This is always the danger when you're in the lead in this kind of breeze.
I think Matt's just became aware there. Some of the back markers going across. Although I wouldn't call them back markers actually. The first three have just pulled out a nice lead. And here's the chasing pack, as it were. That's Penny Yarwood just going round. Followed as usual by Simon. And Paul and
Chrisabella.
Yeah, Chrisabella. 92 is Tom Lansdale.
Big squeeze there.
And that's Caroline, isn't it? 413.
Yeah, just managed to shoot underneath Martin Gibson and Rupert.
That's just showing the distance that the first three have pulled away. Penny Yarwood sort of giving chase with
She herself pulled nicely into fourth.
Yeah. Simon, who's very much a heavyweight weather sailor, I would say, is going really well in these conditions.
Tom Lansdale again, followed by Martin Gibson and Caroline.
Yeah, that's close. I say I'm so glad that I'm not out there.
And that's Chris just behind them.
Yeah, Chrisabella. And young Alexander Baxter.
Yeah, came out of pool back in June.
That was...
The first three have already gone round, and this is the closest chasers.
The Queen's going out, all the cruisers, and it absolutely hammered down. It was horrendous. I think we went in there because we knew they got...
Caroline managing to shoot the mark ahead of Martin, who's overlaying it a little bit.
I went over, when I saw my brother a few weeks ago, and we went over to East County one day. Yeah. It was just lovely run over the marine in East County.
Nice smart rounding from Caroline. There's Alexander coming round, followed by the other junior, I think.
That was Tom, followed by Alexander.
Yeah, that's right, you're right. And there's Matt.
Who at this point had actually pulled away from myself and Paul.
Very deceptive. It looks like they're going sideways here, but they're not. I think that's just a camera angle. Robbie just making it round the mark, just squeezing around. Paul following. Yeah, now Paul overtook on that leg.
Yeah, that was when myself and Paul completely split to opposite sides of the beat, which gave Matt a choice, and unfortunately one of us did gain from it. Unfortunately for me, that was Paul.
Here we go. Now Paul and Matt are...
They'd luffed each other on this lap. Matt had gone above Paul and Paul had luffed. This did allow me to go low though.
And shoot in underneath. Coming in with more speed with a bit of breakthrough Matt's
Meanwhile,
lead.
Penny has dropped Simon and is catching them both up, I believe.
It was amazing how much she caught up actually.
So it made a very close finish to the first race. Robbie just taking it from Matt, followed by... that's Penny. Didn't Paul hit the mark on the last mark and drop back, which just shows what can happen in these conditions. There's Paul there, finishing 6th on Martin, and followed by Caroline. Yeah.
And there's Tom Lonsdale.